there's a background to this. Explain this. It's the principle of stories. The whole world is created from stories. Everything is a story. What we tell ourselves about our lives is a story. What we listen to other people talking about is a story. Marketing is a story. The Bible is a story. Religion is a story. The churches are a story. Every single thing that is part of a story. A story, yeah. Everything is stories and the creation of stories and the retelling of stories. That's all human history is. And I'm sort of I'm telling myself a story, but I don't even know if the story is real. I'm telling myself this is why I'm doing this, but I don't even know if that's real, because we tell ourselves whatever we need to tell ourselves to do whatever it is we need to do that we feel is okay. You know, it's like, in a crazy sense, it's like why we have terrorism, because like someone tells themselves that they need to blow up this subway train somewhere because that's going to make the world a better place. It's not, it's just a story. Or like why, I need to buy this book. You don't really need to buy the book. It might have a positive effect on your life, might not. I mean, who really knows? But it's a story you tell yourself, because you convince yourself that whatever you're doing is the right thing. Whether you're a car mechanic, or you're a shop assistant, or you're the director of a company, you tell yourself that what you're doing is the right thing. You convince yourself, you persuade yourself with a story. And that's all that humanity is, and the interactions are. So I'm telling myself a story to convince myself that I need to do something. But I don't even know if that story's true. And I think it's only if you have a philosophical, reflective mindset that you can end up in this stupid contradictory problem, which is, I know I need to do something, but I also know I'm probably just telling myself that I need to do something, which means I don't actually really need to do it. So what is he talking about? But there's the classic story of history is that reorganization is the illusion of progress. That the moment we begin to understand things, we reorganize them to make things better. But that just means having to relearn the same things over and over again. Does humanity progress? Hopefully, probably, but then we're just still trapped in the stories that we tell ourselves. You know, what is the internet? It's a story of communication. What do we find on the internet? What's YouTube? It's just people's stories. What's following people? It's just people's stories that you like. Every single thing is a story, which might or might not even be true. We don't know, and so we're trapped in this kind of existence. So, that's my confusing mindset at the moment. It's that I can see one version of a story, and I don't want that, which is that it's the brutal perspective that I think some people are dead already. They're not in the ground, they're not in graves, but nothing for them is ever going to change. They're not going to have any new experiences. They're not enjoying what they're doing, and they're kind of trapped in a sort of downward spiral. I see a lot of people like that, and I really want to try to avoid that. But then that's the problem, because whatever you focus on, you give your energy to. And if you focus on the negative, then you give your energy to the negative, and you know, by trying to fight against something, you give it energy. Isn't it better just to ignore it? Probably. But then where does that leave us? Oh, we're like back at the start again. So I'm not sure. But I think that the experience of trying to do something different will be a learning experience. Whether or not I just learn that nothing changes, I don't know. I don't know. It create space, create opportunity. Can't do the same thing forever. Or maybe you can. Some people are happy.